Well, for those of you who know me, I don't know how culturally savvy Mexico is, but I'm headed there shortly, folks. Soak me up while you can. No, listen, I'll tell you, I don't know whether to give my condolences to Karen because Randy passed or because she ever met him in the first place. Randy Galvin was one of the most avidly heterosexual men I have ever met in my life. At the time that I met Randy Galvin, I was one of the most out gay men I had ever met in my life. And at the encouragement of Ellie Sellers, whom I wish she was here tonight because I was so looking forward to seeing Ellie, she encouraged me to audition for Godspell. And I thought, Godspell, well, okay. So I went and got cast as Jesus. An amazing role, and I didn't really know the show that well. Well, come to find out, we had a problem. Randy did not particularly want gay people taking over his theater. So he told Ellie, no, you're going to have to go in another direction with that. To which Ellie said, if he's not my Jesus, I'm not your director. So Randy said, okay, we'll see how it goes, right? Well, it was an amazing experience with an incredible cast. Karen, I'm sure you remember that. Jackie Workman, Steve Eisenstein, Marion Welker, 100 people, wonderful, great time. And the show was a huge success, and the reviews that we got were amazing. And Randy, I gotta hand it to him, was man enough to kind of come up to me after that and go, anything else you'd like to do? So from that point on, I did work and do several other shows at the Black Curtain Dinner Theater. And I had a great deal of respect for Randy. I mean, having opened a theater myself, I know what hell that can be. And especially when it's a for-profit theater and you're paying actors back when it wasn't fashionable to do that. And Randy was doing it. By golly, we got paychecks. And I really respected that. And so I got to do a few other things there. Randy cast me as this in a play that he was playing the lead in called P.S. Your Cat is Dead, in which I played this wild kind of S&M creature. I can't even remember his name, but I do remember that I wore kind of a black Spanish hat, and I had like this very gongy kind of thing on it. Some kind of insane thing. Is this a picture of it? Oh my God, it is. Well, there we are. Okay, so, and we were doing this show, and I guess Randy, this is how Randy saw me, as Carmine. And speaking of going out to the alley, Gail, in between, yeah, I did that. I got more offers in the alley wearing this outfit than ever before or since. Anyway, Randy started writing his own shows. I guess maybe when we get a little bit older, after we've had theaters for a while, that's what we think we can do. We think we can write. Randy wrote some interesting plays, and some of them are published by Samuel French. I did one of them. It was a musical he wrote called Raldo, the Man of Many Hats. And I think both people thoroughly enjoyed it. It was probably one of the worst pieces of theater I've ever been affiliated with, believe me. I've been in some, but no, it was really quite terrible. But I liked Randy, and so, you know, and I knew he was trying to do his own thing, and that led to struggling because, believe me, as someone who runs a theater here in the city that tries to do new works, premieres, and things that are unknown to Indianapolis audiences, it's a tough road to hoe, folks, if you don't have that big stamp of Phantom or Les Mis approval or Neil Simon approval behind you. But Randy held his own and continued writing and doing that. One time I remember he did come to grips with financial reality, and that was that doing his original plays, I think, had probably cost him dearly. He called me and said, I'd like to pick your brain. Would you mind coming in? So I went over and he says, if your theater was in trouble and you had to make money right now, what would you do? And I thought, didn't take me long, and I thought, I would do an illegal production of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And he goes, really? What the hell is that? I said, you heard of the Rocky Horror Show? He goes, no. And I said, well, let me come up with a script and kind of tell you about the craziness. It's all kind of crazy, like the Carmine character, only he sings and all that. So Randy, by then I think, trusted me enough, and he said, you put this on, I'll pay you X amount of dollars. You got to get your musicians and all that. So he trusted me to do this and mount this production of the Rocky Horror Show, which I like, in my heart of hearts, I want to believe helped prolong the life of the Black Curtain Theater, because there again, it was very, very, very successful. And that led me to believe, hey, I know a thing or two about shows that can sell. Of course, since I was in theater on the square, I've forgotten everything I know. Like empty houses down there, we are doing wonderful work. But no, I have to say, I met some really incredible people. Gail, I don't know, did we interact a lot there during, not a great deal, I don't think.
I don't think we did ever get to do shows together.
Not really. It was like we were every other one. I know one of my favorites that I did there was My Fat Friend, which was a wonderful show that I was in with Helen, I forget her last name, and Rock Murs was in it, playing a young Scotsman. One of my favorite moments on stage was, I, of course, played an outrageous gay British man. You should imagine. I walk into an apartment that Rockland Murs is decorating a Christmas tree, and there's nothing at the top. It's all ornaments and lights. And I look over and go, here, why isn't there a fairy at the top of that miserable tree? And he looks at me and goes, I didn't think you'd relish the competition. I had so many incredible memories there, and boy, I sure hated to see that theater close. There's something really heartbreaking about that to me. Like you talk about, all the memories of the family, and I actually lived on Cobble Street too for a while. I think that house has been torn down and made way to a parking lot for a gay bar. How's that for poetic justice?